Hi there and welcome here to the new video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and put a like on the video, please. It really helps me a lot. And today's video I'm gonna talk about list remove, list filter, and list index off by OutSystems. If you go here in the manage dependencies, in the system, we can see if we search for lists, we have for client actions and server actions, list filter, list index off, list remove, and also in here because we have some specific functions or actions to run in client actions and other ones to click to run in server actions. So if you are new to this, so go here to the manage dependencies and add them because we're gonna use it. Okay. So I created a screen here to test this, and in order to show, I'm gonna add a data action here, and I'm gonna use the role table or role aggregate here that will display all roles that we have in the environment. And of course, when we are using a data action, we need to add a output parameter. And in this scenario, I'm going to use the same that the table and the query is giving to me. So I'm going to set as role, which is the object, but I'm going to set it to list. Okay. And done. So this is roles list. Okay. So let's add our output parameter. So roles list, and we set that it's what it's going on the output of the list. So rows list, which is our output parameter, and the list that we receive from the query. Okay, so right now we can just drag and drop this inside the screen, and now we have our table that we want to filter. Let me just give here a title, so rows list, and I'm gonna add here an input. Okay, let's create a new local variable. Let's call it search, and I'm gonna add a button. Let's drag and drop here, and I'll change to here, and let's say here that it's search, and the button needs a on-click action, so let's do that. So let's create a new one, and let's call it search. Okay, so let's see what we have now. So we have our table, input, and the button. And what I want to do is when I click here, I want to search here or filter by using the list filter. Okay, so we need to drag and drop the list filter. In this case, I'm gonna use the one that is for the client action, so it's this one. Okay, and we need to say the table, the list that we want to filter. But in this case, I'm not gonna use the one that I have here. Okay, I'm gonna create a new one. In this case, it will be the same as here, but it will be in the screen level. And right now I'm gonna filter this, and the condition will be the name attribute. It will be equal to the search value. Okay, so the name attribute, it will be equal on the search value that we have in our input parameter. So in order to map this, when we render the page, we need to make sure that this list it's in here, okay? It needs to mirror that list. So in order to do this, we need to add an on after fetch, and we need to do an assign. We say that the roles list local, it will be equal to the list that we have in our data action. So in here it's all done. And we are filtering this, and we need also to add an assign here. So we're going to say that our local variable, which is the table, it needs to be changed to the one that is filtered. Okay, the one that is filtered. So let's use this. But in order to work this correctly, we need always to, before we search, to make sure that it is searching the full table and not some specific records, because we already possibly could search before. So we need always to set an assign here and say that the rows list local, it will be equal to the rows list. Of course, we could just drag and drop this and it will work as well, but I'm just gonna use an assign. You can do this several ways, but I'm just gonna show you a way that in order to understand how list filter works. Okay, so by doing this, I guess we have everything. Okay, so let's try it. Let me publish. Okay, so let's open this. Okay, as we can see, we have our table, and we want to filter, let's say, for business. We are filtering by the name column, and let's see if it worked. I might forgot something here. Let me go back here. So we are filtering the name. We have everything done here, and we are filtering it. So it should work. I know why. It's not working because we set the table that is the data action roles list. It's this value and not this value, so we need to change this. Let me try to delete this table and drag and drop this one. Okay, so now it is the role list local and not the roles list, so it will work now. Okay, let me refresh. Let's do the same. So let's copy and paste business, or the value that you have on your side. So it is working now. Okay. So this is what you can do with the list filter. We can also add some complexity here by using index, and I'm going to show you in right away. Okay. Okay. So now we can search, but our functionality it's not well designed. Why? Because imagine that I want to search for business, but instead of being caps lock on B, I'll change it to B minus, and if I search, it will not work because this is not case sensitive. No, this is case sensitive, that's why. Okay, so in order to change this and to fix this, we need to go back here in the list filter, and instead of using name equals search, because this is a straight equal, we need to use the index functionality. Okay, and the index functionality, or in this function, we can search that returns the zero-based position in text where search test can be found. Okay, so it will return 0 if it finds something, and -1 if not. Okay, so so we have 5 input parameters, but we can just set two of them. But in this case, we need to set the five of them because if not, we're going to have the same problem here. Okay, we have the ignore case for if you set true, it will treat lowercase and uppercase characters as equal. That's what we want. Okay, so in the first step, we need to use the tests where the search test can be found. So in this case, we have our name, our column name, and uh, sorry, let me go back here. And in the search, we need to use the input value, so it is the search. Next, we have the start index. So when it will going to start. In our case, we're going to set 0, okay, as it will start in the first or 0 position in the text. In the fourth input, we have indicates the direction. Okay, so in case searching, okay, starting index from 0 indicates that you're going to end. Okay, default value is false, so default value is false. Let me just change this to false as well, because we do not want to change this. And in here we want true, so the last one we want true. So in our case it will be set true in order to treat lowercase in uppercase characters as equal. Okay, and to finish this we need to equal this to 0, which means that if this matches, we want to have a return. We want to have the return value or values. Okay, so close. And we're going to publish now. Okay, so now it's published. Let's go back to the app. Let me refresh. Okay, so we have our table. And let's search again. But now I'm going to use B without using the caps. And it is working now. Okay, as we can see. If you want to have in caps, it will work as well. So it is all set in here. Let me search for, let's say, let me check. If we set RE, it will not work, I guess. Let me check. It will work. Okay, so it is much better. Okay, I was having some doubts, but with this we can check not for the full text, just the first ones, so re and re as well. And let's do another test. So let me try to find for crew. Yeah, this doesn't find because it is in the middle of the word. Okay, so I hope you liked it. So how we're dealing with list filter, why we need to use sometimes index. In pretty much it is used in all cases when we try to uh, filter/search a table. Okay, we do this, and hope you understood, and see you in the next video. Thank you, and please subscribe.